want to start. There are the composers of Azerbaijan. There are so many composers in our country. They are very famous and they are very talented. For example, Emin Sabitoğlu, then Vagif Mustafazadeh, Tofik Guliyev, and others. They are very famous and they are very talented composers in their times. I want to say about music. Music. It's very. It's inspire me. And especially Azerbaijan music. Today I want to tell about my favorite composer, Vagif Mustafazadeh. Vagif Mustafazadeh, he's Azerbaijani, and he was born in Baku on March 16, 94. And I want to tell about his life. Vagif Mustafazadeh, he was known as a jazz pianist. He mixed the two. He mixed the Azerbaijani folk music, is known as MUGAM, and the jazz, and he and some other foreign musicians say that they named Vagif Mustafazadeh as the architect of jazz music in Azerbaijan. And then I want to say that Mustafazadeh, he was born in old city, Baku, and his name was chosen by his poet Samad Vurgun, the request of his mother. And I want to say that his mother, was a great and important role in his life, in his success. His mother was a pianist, and she get an important role in his life, in his success. And I want to add that in 1963 he graduated from the Baku State Musician School, which named after Asaf Zeynallı, and the year later he kept to Azerbaijan Music Conservatory. And I want to say he achieved more success at these musician schools. He started played in the universities and clubs, and he started to play in the parties, and then he became years later he became a more influential musical performance in Azerbaijan. Then I want to say about his popularity and recognition. Then in 1966, the Wills Cornover also support him in the radio program Jazz Time, and he says about Vagif Mustafazadeh, and he's an extraordinary pianist, and he's the most talented pianist which I ever known. And he said that in the future he will be a very good composer. Then he gets many many prizes, prizes for his works, for his works. In 1965, uh, he went to Tbilisi to the musical ensemble. Later, he created a Kafkas jazz. He created a Kafkas jazz trio at the Georgian State Philharmonic, and day by day, his he stay very famous in the world. Then I want to say that Jazz MUGAM, we know that Mustafazadeh is the founder of Azerbaijan Jazz MUGAM, of Jazz MUGAM. You know, he mixed the Azerbaijani folk MUGAM and jazz. Then he don't stop. He After then he want to search the others interesting 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 new for his interesting new ways for exploring model music, and he don't stop, and more new approaches, more new innovatives were chosen by him and developing by him, and day by day, he will stay very famous. He will stay very famous. Then I want to say about this death. Mustafazadeh died of a heart attack heart attack shortly after the concert in Tashkent. After the birthdays of his wife, December 17, and her daughter's birthday, December 19. Um, then
Before the
I want
their death. Mhm. Yes, continue. Before their death. Yes.
before their birthdays, yes, before their birthdays. And I want to say about the legacy. Legacy. His works and his performances praised by international now-leading world musicians such as Willis Conover. As we know, I say that he say to Mustafazadeh that he's very extraordinary pianist I have ever seen, and for example, King also say, and they are also support him in his just developing his works. Once the king shares the same stage with Mustafazadeh, and they performed good they performed a good composer. Then he heard him playing the blue piano, and after the when the Mustafazadeh played the blue piano, he said that he called Mustafazadeh the king of the blues. But if I could play the piano like you do, I would call myself God. He say to Mustafazadeh, and in during his lifetime, uh, during his developing, he make very famous and very interesting composers, and I want to say that still many artists, I want to say that many films, they use the composers of Vagif Mustafazadeh. They inspired him, and they inspired him, and today his work is developed by his daughter Aziza Mustafazadeh. She also inspired from his father, and she developed her his works, and now she lived in America, and she continued the way of she continued on this way, and she composed different interesting compositions too. Now I want to say about the House Museum. With the initiative of former Minister of Culture Polat Bilbiloglu, Vagif Mustafazade's house was established, and the museum at first the museum was run by Jasmine Ziver Khanum, but in the beginning in 2004, the building was named by Vagif Mustafazadeh, and now this house of museum is under the control of Minister of Culture of Republic of Azerbaijan. That's all about Vagif Mustafazadeh, and I want to say that all Azerbaijani people, and I'm too proud of him. He was very talented, and he gave the very interesting composers us. To Azerbaijani people, and today all people inspired him. Thanks
yes, people
for
get inspiration from
inspiration for yes, and
from him. Yes.
I like him so much. Thank you for attention. That's all about my
Thank you
presentation.
so
Thank
much,
you for
Saltanat.
attention.
Thank you so much. We really, really enjoyed your presentation and the information that you gave about Wagif Mustafazadeh. And yeah, I loved your presentation. I loved your speech very much. And thank you for your time and for your work as well. Great. And have you listened to Wagif Mustafazadeh's Düşünce composition? Have you listened?
Yes, yes, teacher. First of all, I want to say that I like classical music, especially Vagif Mustafazadeh. Yes, I listen his all compositions, and the composition Düşünce. Uh, it's one of my favorite songs
Thank you.
too. It's giving me relax.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.